Hello, good people. This is my part two of exposing the truth about Rashad, Jamal, and IsisWisdom. Now, I hesitate to do these type of videos. This is not something that I would normally do because this is all very new for me. But I felt led to give just a little bit more examples as to what type of things these people say, what type of things they do, and just to give you more insight into false prophecy. And if you don't even watch those people, it gives you a little bit more insight on the enemy and how they use their words and tools in order to get people to sell their souls. So I prayed before I went into this that no weapon formed against me shall prosper because these people are evil. I'll be honest with you. These are people that I even used to watch myself. Um, so yeah, I'm going to play the first video and then I'll hop back on and just give a little bit more insight on the reason why I decided to post that video.
People in the world that are manifesting, they're manifesting their heaven. They're being very, very prosperous in their life. And they're not paying attention to all the stuff that people are afraid of. They see it, don't get it twisted. They see it, they're aware of it, but they're not taking time and hours and putting themselves in situations to focus on that which they know is not going to help them prosper. So if you guys want to begin to start prospering, then what you got to do is that you got to change the dial and the frequency that you're operating on, but you got to change the dial of what you're focusing on and stop focusing on it. Change the dial, turn the channel, fam. Then what you do is you take the time out, and as you're doing your shadow work, so you're in the midst of manifesting, you could do a vision board. Some people use vision boards. Some people write things out. Okay, with a pen and a piece of paper. Some things write things out. Let me give an example. Now I'm going to share some magic with you. If you want to manifest something in your life, okay, and make sure you're realistic with your manifestation, start off with something small. Okay, don't be out here talking about, I want to get a Lamborghini tomorrow. Don't be stupid out here. Don't be silly out here. Okay, but what I want you to do is get a white candle. This is white magic. Get a white candle. Get a brown paper bag and write down your wish of what you would like to see happen for yourself. Okay, whatever it is that you're wishing for. So if you wish to get a higher paying job, okay, make sure you're specific about the type of job that you want. Don't just write, I would like to get a higher paying job, and you're a secretary, and then someone comes and hits you talking about they want to hire you to operate cranes at $50 an hour, and you're a secretary making $25 an hour. Like, use some common sense. Okay? Use some common sense. Yeah, sit in your intentions. That is correct. Make sure you use a number 2 pencil, because number 2 pencils are what? They're made from what? Hollywood. Hollywood means what? Magic wand. Okay? So you want to get a number 2 pencil. You want to write on the brown paper bag. You want to get yourself a candle. And you want to set the candle on that brown paper bag for probably about 3 to 7 days. This is called white magic. This is not it for anything who's trying to cause harm to someone. That's not what this is for, and it won't work. Okay? This is strictly about you manifesting what it is that you're trying to accomplish for your life. Okay? For those of you that have businesses, you guys need to start doing some clearing work on yourself, and you also need to start doing some clearing work over your business. Okay? Do some research.
All right, I'm pretty sure you just finished watching that clip. Quite a few things wrong with even the delivery of it, the entitlement to it, speaking of heaven as if it's something that is in multitude and it's something that we can actually just create. Also speaking about Hollywood, which we know is a demonic industry within itself, and the number 2, just everything that she said alludes to witchcraft and it being a ritual. You can also just tell how Some people will feel comfortable because it is knowledge, but it's simply not the right knowledge at all. We're supposed to trust in the Lord to receive the things that we want and be patient for those things to come to us, not to force them to happen. Just like Thanksgiving is once a year, Christmas is once a year, and so is your birthday. Some things progress with time. Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say. So that's just one major red flag. So the next video I'm going to post is Rashad Jamal. This one is just it's disappointing. So yeah, let's hop into it.
I want to still believe in they Jesus. Fuck out of here, nigga. Jesus left y'all ass in Houston. Motherfuckers out there like this. Hey, Joel, tell Jesus. Joe, what about that? What about that time? Joel, what about that? Joel, what about that time? Remember you told me you shouted me out on Twitter because I donated $25,000. Fuck you mean? Fuck you talking about? Motherfuckers gave their life savings away. You feel me? Life savings. He wouldn't even open the door for niggas. You feel me? And I'm trying to wake y'all up so you motherfuckers don't be back out there like that.
Okay, so yeah. I'm not even too pressed. I don't really care, not about not caring about Joel Osteen. There's a lot of pastors out there, a lot of them that are huge and have these platforms, and some that you'll never hear about that's killing it in churches. For me, it's not about religion. Prayer in church is something that you do every day if you are a true believer. Regardless of that, to make a mockery of God is just blasphemy and his son Jesus. You can hear his wife laughing in the background. You can see like all these people laughing, so this is that new age of people, of that energy of people who just take it for a joke. So this is just for your knowledge base. It's very saddening, and we pray for those people, and hopefully before that day comes of judgment, they'll be able to repent, but it don't even look like these people want to. So the next clip I'm just going to show is a person who was listening to Rashad Jamal for quite some time, and he killed his mother. Then I'll be just posting some clips just to show, the state of mind for some of these people, and some of the things that they actually do worship. Then I'll be back for my final recap. Thank you.
Nearly $800,000. That's the bond set for the man accused of murdering his mother with a samurai sword. Investigators say that attack happened last Sunday in northern Mobile County.
If Damian Walshin makes bail, the judge has ordered no contact with family members. Investigative reporter Brendan Kirby had an opportunity to speak with one of them, though.
Now, Brendan, you caught up with Washam's father. Tell us what he told you.
Well, Byron and Lenise, he didn't want to go on camera, but he's offering up some insights into the days leading up to the attack and what might have sparked the violence. Hubert Washam says he's still devastated by what happened at his home on Mossap Road on Sunday. He says he'd gone out to get some food and couldn't reach anyone when he tried calling home. Then he says his son called saying that his mom was dead and Damian had hurt her.
Damian, they say that you killed your mom and injured 2 family members with a sword. Did you do that?
Washam says his 23-year-old son Damian has no criminal record except for a misdemeanor arrest in Saraland for possession of a marijuana joint and no history of mental illness. But Washam says he noticed subtle changes over the past 4 to 6 weeks. He says his son sold his beloved PlayStation games and started watching strange videos of Egyptian mythology and conspiracies, and had an infatuation with the sun. Washam says he didn't think much of it, but adds that he noticed sharp changes in the few days leading up to the incident. He says his son started acting paranoid and was using metal kick bars to block the front and back doors from the inside. Since Damian's arrest, his father says he hasn't contacted the family. He says he's spoken to him only once when detectives handed the suspect a phone. He says he didn't sound like himself and thought that he had some kind of mental break. In court Friday, Mobile County Assistant District Attorney Madison Davis asked for the maximum bond under newly elevated recommendations for murder defendants.
We did ask for the maximum bond in this case under the new schedule of a $1.5 million bond based on just the severity of the attack. It was just a very, very heinous, senseless crime, very horrific incident that took place. And then on top of that, he did, flee the crime scene.
While Hubert Washam says he believes his son had a mental break, he says it doesn't excuse what happened. And Washam says that several boxes his son had ordered arrived during the 2 days after this incident. He says the contents were, quote, disturbing, but doesn't want to go into detail. He says he's turned all that over to the sheriff's office. Reporting live from the studio, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.
This is the article to follow up on that news clip I just showed you that actually mentions his name. This is some sort of deity that he uses. I don't know. You can also see the eye in the back. This is from ISIS's Telegram, talking about Lucifer is a woman, and that's our friend. I don't know why she put Malcolm X there. He don't got nothing to do with this, but talking about Jesus ain't showing up yet. So who's really going to save you? Who's going to lead you? This one you see the sage, and if he don't believe in God enough, and then who he praying to, y'all? Come on. Yeah, I just circled the eye, the macabre in the back, the purple candle, and I don't know, a crystal ball. This is ISIS's website. We can buy conjuring oils. Great. And the prices are sky high for no reason. Okay, so in my final recap, I just want to wrap things up. And also just to clear some things up. First of all, like I said, I'm not a religious person, but I have my belief. And it literally scrambles your brain, especially when you open that third eye and you want to know all these things. And there's so many people telling you stuff, some of which is true and relatable. But the devil has this way of giving you a little bit of that, but his intentions are completely different, And going back to that first video with IsisWisdom, if you think about just nature and the laws of nature and principalities, it's those things are even in the Bible. It takes time for even a flower to bloom. Just like when you give birth to a child, it takes 9 months for that. Even in a more simplistic way, you've been working on a job for quite some time. It takes you a little bit of time to get promoted, Even if you have your own business, you start from the ground to go up. You crawl before you walk. This is just the way that it is. So when you manipulate the forces of nature, you go against the forces of nature. That's just what it is. And conjuring oils are just that. They're conjuring oils. Manifestations is manipulation. And blasphemy is blasphemy. Going back to that news clip of that young man who did what he did, you can blame that on anything. Some people will. But like I said, I was once one of those people that used to watch those videos. I can't even believe it. And I can guarantee that it had some influence. He's actually speaking about it adamantly online, Rashad, Jamal, and kind of denying the fact. But it literally does something to your mind. It's possession. You start to believe that you're God. You start to look at the people around you and start to think that they're agents. You start to receive these downloads, as they say. And all the while, it's not really coming from a high place. I just find it very disturbing how they don't believe in nothing but themselves. They believe in these deities. They believe in idolizing themselves and creating these platforms is just for other people to praise them. And they feed off of that energy because without you, they would be nothing. Even looking at the prices of what ISIS is charging to get rid of your karmic ties and connect with your ancestors and this and that. You don't want to pay somebody to do the work that you're supposed to do yourself. That's something that you do, you go with them. It's just like jail, for instance. The average man does not have enough money to pay his bail, but if you're rich, you can get out of it. It's just as quick, it's a scheme, it's all a scheme. And that's no different, it's probably some things that I missed. It's probably more that I could post, I'll be honest, but I don't even want to go there. You believe what you want to believe. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just here to open up your eyes. And for the people that's willing to listen, I know you hear me. So these are just two people out of a lot of others out there, but this is is deeply demonic. To me, no enemy is worse than the other one. The thing is, they can't do anything to us. Even with me exposing this truth, all I had to do was get the courage to do it. There's nothing that can be done to me because I am protected by the actual Most High, not the one that they talk about. They even call themselves the chosen ones. Even some of the terminology that we use is the same. But if you really take a closer look at their backgrounds, at the jewelry that they're wearing, how they are delivering the message, and even how the people are interacting with them, thinking things are funny, that's really not funny. This is not an Eddie Murphy situation. This is not stand-up comedy. And at any level, talking in knowledge and spirituality, is nothing funny about it. It's nothing egotistical about it. There's no reason for these people to act as if they don't stink. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just wanted to drop that gem on y'all, and I hope that everyone has a beautiful day. Feel free to leave a comment. Like I said, fill it with positivity. What's out of here, bro? I don't do all of that controversy. I just keep it real, and that's it. I'll talk to you all soon.